All right. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are doing fine. So in this video, we are going to answer chemistry tutorial sheet 2. Okay, so as you can see, these are the questions here. We have one question, two, three, four, five. So we're going to solve all these questions in this tutorial sheet. All right, so let's go on our board here and begin solving question number one. So question number one, they're saying complete the following table. And then this table has four columns. The first one has the mass, the second one has the moles, the third one has the molecules, and then the fourth one has the atoms. Okay, so in order for us to fill in all these blank spaces that you can see here, okay, we need to know two important formulas. Okay, the first one is the formula that relates the moles, the mass, and the molar mass. So that's the formula that we use to calculate the moles if you are given a mass of a certain substance. Okay, so we have to know that the moles, okay, are equals to the mass divided by the molar mass. So this molar mass here, okay, you get it from the periodic table. If it's a group of compound, okay, you get the individual molar masses, you add them for you to find the molar mass of that compound. Okay, so there's a video on the website on this. Even on my YouTube channel, you can check how to find the molar mass. Okay, so this is the first relationship that we need to know. And then the other relationship that we must know, okay, the other relationship that we must know is that one more of anything, okay, one more of anything contains 6.022 multiplied by 10 to the power 23 particles. Okay, this is the second relationship that we must know. And that particles here, okay, the particles can be the molecules. They can also be the what? Atoms. They can be electrons. And they can be ions. Okay, so one more of anything contains the Avogadro's constant number of what? Particles. So this number here, the 6.023 is the Avogadro's what? Constant. All right, so once we know these two relationships, then we can come to this table and we can try to fill it in. Okay, so in the first row here, okay, we've been given 0.175 moles of carbon dioxide. Okay, and then the number of molecules, we have nothing. Number of atoms, we have nothing. Even the mass here, we have nothing. So by the fact that we've been given the moles of this carbon dioxide here, okay, we can use that to find the mass, the number of molecules, and the number of atoms. Okay, so what we need to do here is, first of all, calculate the molar mass of carbon dioxide. So we're going to say molar mass, okay, of carbon dioxide is given by, okay, the molar mass of carbon, which is 12.02 plus, okay, the plus 2 multiplied by the molar mass of oxygen here. Because this oxygen has like a 2 there, no wonder we are multiplying it by 2. So the molar mass of oxygen we can get as 16. So when we add this, what are we going to get? So 12.01 plus 16 multiplied by 2 is a 32. So I'm going to get my molar mass of the carbon dioxide as 44.01 grams per mole. Okay, so this here is our molar mass. Okay, so once you get your molar mass, we know that from this formula that I wrote here up, okay, we can be able to find the mass. Since now we have the moles and the molar mass. So you can use these moles that you have and the molar mass to calculate the mass. So if I make mass the subject of the formula, okay, so first of all, let me just write the normal formula. So moles indicated by N is equals to the mass divided by the molar mass. So if you want to find the mass here, you make it the subject, so you cross multiply here. So what you're going to get is mass is equals to moles multiplied by what? Molar mass. Okay, so the moles, we get it from the table. It is just 0.175 moles multiplied by the molar mass is 44.01. So when we multiply this, we should be able to get the mass of that carbon dioxide. So 0.175 multiplied by 44.01. Okay, when I do that multiplication, I'm ending up with 7.70175 grams. So this here is the mass of what? The mass of carbon dioxide. Okay, so you make sure that you round off this to three significant figures. So if we round off this to three significant figures, it's going to be 7.70 grams. So this 7.70 grams, I'm going to write it here as the mass of the carbon dioxide. All right, so any questions there as how we have found this mass of carbon dioxide? Any questions there? Okay, so if there are no questions, then we can move on now and use, um, we can go on now and use this number of moles that we've been given there, okay, to calculate the number of molecules in the sample and finally the number of atoms. All right, so to calculate the number of molecules, we are going to use this relationship here. We are going to say 1 mole of carbon dioxide contains 6.022 multiplied by 10 to the power 23 molecules. Okay, and then since now we have the moles of the carbon dioxide, we are going to say what about 0.175 moles of this carbon dioxide? How many molecules is it going to have? So you cross multiply here. Okay, so when you cross multiply, you're going to get x is equals to 0.175 multiplied by 6.022 multiplied by 10 to the power 23. So the value that you are going to get there will be the number of molecules of this carbon dioxide. So just go on your calculator, you punch 0.175 multiplied by 6.022 multiplied by 10 to the power 23. Okay, so when you multiply that, I'm getting my answer as 1.05385 multiplied by 10 to the power 23. So make sure you counter check with your own calculators as well. So you confirm if I'm finding the correct answers there. All right, so that will be 1.05385 times 10 to the power 23 molecules. Okay, so remember these are molecules of what? Carbon dioxide. Okay, so we can uh, write that number to three significant figures. Okay, so if you write it to three significant figures, it's going to be 1.05, okay, multiplied by 10 to the power 23 molecules of carbon dioxide. So we are going to get this value here and write it in the table here. So the number of molecules in the sample will be 1.05 multiplied by 10 to the power 23. So these will be the molecules, okay? So now once we have the molecules, then the atoms are very easy to find, okay? Once we have the molecules, the atoms are very easy to find. Please guys, if you have any question, just unmute yourself and ask, okay? So what we have to know is that, okay, one molecule of carbon dioxide has a total number of 3 atoms. Okay, so how do we count these atoms? We see that we have one carbon there, which is one atom, and then we are having 2 oxygens here because this oxygen has this got 2. So these are 2 oxygens. So we have 1 carbon plus 2 oxygens. So 1 plus 2 gives us what? 3 total atoms. Okay, so if in one molecule we have 3 atoms, what about in 1.05 multiplied by 10 to the power 23 molecules? Okay, how many atoms are we going to have? So you cross multiply, what you're going to get is x multiplied by this one is going to be x, which is equals to 3 multiplied by this number. Okay, so 3 multiplied by 1.05 times 10 to the power 23. It's going to give me 3.15 multiplied by 10 to the power 23 atoms. Okay, so in this much of the molecules, we have this much of the what? The atoms. So you can get this number and put it here. Okay, so 3.15 times 10 to the power 23 atoms. Okay, so it means we are done with the first one. There are any questions before we fill in this second row here? Any questions? All right, so if there are no questions, I'll proceed to the next one. Okay, so the next one now, we have an empty mass, empty number of moles empty number of molecules, and then we just have the number of atoms in this sample. Okay, so this sample here is C2H5OH. Okay, so C2H5OH. So this is what we have there. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do is convert this number of atoms that we can see here, okay, to the number of molecules. Okay, we're going to convert them to the number of what? Molecules. So what are we going to do? We are going to say that one molecule of this C2H5OH contains how many atoms? Okay, so 2 plus 5 plus 1 plus 6. So that is, 2 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1. So that will be like 9 atoms. Okay, so one molecule of this C2H5OH contains 9 atoms. Okay, what about if I have these number of atoms here? How many molecules am I going to have here? So I'm going to write 9.48 multiplied by 10 to the power 21 atoms. Okay, so this number of atoms, how many molecules are we going to have there? Okay, so you just cross multiply. You're going to have 9x is equals to. Okay, so remember here it was one molecule of this. So we have this number of atoms multiplying by one molecule, you're just going to have 9.48 multiplied by 10 to the power 21. So you divide this side by 9, even this side you divide by 9. So it means our x will just be equals to, okay, so let's divide that number on top by 9. So 9.48 times 10 to the power 23 divided by 9. Okay, so it's giving me 1.053333 times 10 to the power 21. Okay, so now these are what? Molecules. We've converted those atoms to molecules. So these are molecules now. So we can round this off to 3 significant figures. It's just going to be 1.05 times 10 to the power 21 molecules. So this is the value that I'm going to get, and then I'm going to write it here in the molecules column. So it will be 1.05 times 10 to the power 21 molecules, okay, of this C2H5OH. All right, so now that we have the number of molecules, we can find the number of moles, and finally we can find the mass, okay? So we are going to say 1 mole of anything contains 1.05 times 10 to the power 20. No. Okay, I went ahead of myself. So 1 mole of anything contains 6.022 times 10 to the power 23 molecules. Okay, and then from these molecules, we can calculate, from this formula, we are going to say that what if I have 1.05 times 10 to the power 21 molecules? Okay, how many moles am I going to get here? So simply cross multiply. We are going to have 6.022 multiplied by 10 to the power 23x is equals to 1.005 multiplied by 10 to the power 21. Okay, so we want to find the value of x. So it means we're dividing by 6.022 multiplied by 10 to the power 23. Even this side, we are going to divide by 6.022 multiplied by 10 to the power 23. Okay, so we see that on the left-hand side, this is going to cancel. So we are just remaining with x is equals to, and then we are dividing this now. Okay, so let's divide that on the calculator. So we are going to say, okay, we're going to say, let's divide it in phases. Okay, so 1.05, 1.05, let's divide it by the 6.022. So if I divide the 1.05 with the 6.22, I'm getting 0.1744. Okay, and then now let's divide this 10 to the power 23 and this 10 to the power, this 10 to the power 21 and this 10 to the power 23. So here we are dividing exponentials that have the same base. They both have 10 and they are dividing. So if they are dividing, it will just mean you write the same base and then you subtract their powers, which is 21 minus 23. So this is going to give me 10 to the power minus 2. Okay, that is going to give me 10 to the power minus 2. So I'll come here and say 10 to the power minus 2. So we can now change that. Okay, we can now change that to a decimal. So what we are going to do is we're going to say x is equals to, so 10 to the power negative 2. So just get that number and then multiply it by 10 to the power, okay, 10 to the power minus 2. Okay, so if I multiply that, I'm getting this as my answer. I'm getting 1.744 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, and these will just be what? Moles. Okay, so those will be our moles for C2H5OH. So you come here and write your moles, which will just be 1 point, let me use red, which will just be 1.744 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 3 moles. Okay, so that is what we get there. That's what we get. And then from there, okay, since we now have the number of moles, we can find the mass. Okay, so remember to find this mass here, okay, the mass that will be there, we're just using this relationship here. Okay, so we know that moles is equals to mass over molar mass. So if we make mass the subject of the formula, it will be mass is equals to moles multiplied by the molar mass. Okay, but here it means we have to calculate the molar mass of this guy. So the molar mass of that guy will be 2 multiplied by 12.01. This 12.01 is the molar mass of carbon. You get it from the periodic table, plus 5 multiplied by 1.01. This here is the molar mass of hydrogen, okay, plus the molar mass of oxygen plus the molar mass of hydrogen, like that. Okay, so let's calculate that molar mass. Okay, so when I add all that, I'm getting my molar mass as what? Okay, so 12 plus 12, 12.01 plus 5 multiplied by 0.1 plus 16 plus 1.01. I'm getting my molar mass as 46.08 grams per mole. So this is the molar mass of this C2H5OH. Okay, so I'm going to place it in this formula. So our mass will be equals to 1.744 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 3 multiplied by, okay, we're going to say multiplied by, and then we have the molar mass here, which is 46.08. So when we multiply this, what are we going to get? Okay, so just multiply this number here with this first number here. Just leave this 10 to the power something on its own. So it will be 1.744 multiplied by 46.08. Okay, so there I'm getting 80.36. Okay, we can just end there, multiplied by 10 to the power minus 3. But we have to express this in scientific notation. So we move this point one step to the left. So if you move one step to the left, it means you add a power to this 3. So that will be 8.036 multiplied by 10. Then if I add 1 here, okay, it will just be minus 2. All right, so that would be grams. So that would be our mass. So you come here on your box for the mass, you write 8.036 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 2 grams. All right, so any questions there? We are done with question 1. So thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to access the full-length video of this tutorial sheet, please feel free to register with us. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can register for our lessons. Okay, so what you need to do is open your browser. It can be Google Chrome, Samsung browser, or any other browser that you are using. And then you type in DISCRETE learning, okay, discretelearning.com. Right, so once you type in, you click enter or search, and then it will load and it will take you to this login page. So if you have an account, just go straight in and log in. Okay, if you do not, you need to create an account. So I'll click create an account. Okay, so create an account, and then this here will pop up. So you put your names there. So I am Poul Solutions, and then here you put in your email. Okay, and then here you put the password that you want. So I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can put any password that you want there. Here you're going to type your phone number. Okay, and then here you put your date of birth. So I was born on 6th February 2025. Okay, so you can put any date of birth there. And then here you are going to select your university. Okay, so we have a lot of university here. You can see there's Gonza, CBU, Mulungushi, Cavendish, all these universities. Okay, so you click the university that you belong to. Okay, so for example, I'm going to click University of Lusaka. Okay, and then you click register. Okay, so it's going to load and it's going to tell you that you have successfully created your account. So what you need to do now is put in the details that you registered with. So you put in your email here that you used, and then there you're going to put in the password that you set, and then you click login. All right, so once you log in here, it will take you to this dashboard. Okay, so this dashboard here, okay, let's remove this. So this dashboard here has all the courses that we offer. So there's chemistry, math, physics, biology. Okay, if you're taking linear algebra, you can register, introduction to real analysis, all that. Okay, so let's say, for example, you want to register for mathematics. So what are you going to do? Okay, you're going to click open. Okay, so you can see they're saying you're not enrolled in this course. So what you need to do is click subscribe. Okay, and then it will bring all the courses that we offer. So you tick the one that you want. So maybe I want to register for mathematics, okay, and chemistry. And then on the right here, you choose the duration. Okay, so I'm going to say math 1 month, even the chemistry 1 month. Okay, let me even put physics and biology here. So I'm registering for those 4 courses. So once you click, once you select the courses, you're going to click enroll. Okay, you wait for it to load. It will take you to this page that will show you the total amount that you're going to pay, okay, for all those courses that you've selected. Okay, and then you click pay. All right, so you're going to have this drop down that is going to come. Okay, so here you put the phone number that you're going to use to pay. Okay, you put the phone number that you're going to use to pay. If you are paying using maybe a mobile money agent, okay, tell them to put their number here. Okay, and then you click pay now. Okay, so it's going to load. So you wait for it, and then it's going to take you to this page. Okay, so here it's telling you about to pay DISCRETE Learning Institute the sum of whatever they are. Okay, so what are you going to do here? You are going to click pay. So once you click that pay, okay, this page here is going to pop up. Okay, so once this page pops up on your phone or your PC, okay, you are going to receive a pop-up message on your phone telling you to import the password for your mobile money. Okay, so once you import the password for your mobile money, you will be able to be let into the website. Okay, it means you have registered. Okay, so let's say, for example, let me put in my password on my phone now. Okay. Okay, so when you come back to the dashboard, you are going to see that now you are enrolled in math, chemistry, physics, and biology there. Okay, so allow me to explain some of the things that you can see here. So on this menu here, if you click that menu, the menu will disappear. If you click it again, it will appear. So on the menu there, we have this where it's written learn. Okay, so when you click on learn, you're going to find all the courses that you are registered in. Okay, and then you can close that. You can click YouTube channels. You're going to find our YouTube channels there. Okay, so you can click maybe Tutor Poul Solutions. Okay, you're going to go to my channel here, and then you can watch some of the videos. Okay, it will ask you to subscribe, so you subscribe. So it will show you some of the videos that I've uploaded on my YouTube channel. Okay, but on the website we have a lot of them. So I'm going to show you how you can access all that. So let's go back here. All right, so on my YouTube channel, you mostly find math and chemistry, and then for Tutor John, okay, for Tutor John, you're going to find biology and physics, and then for math with Marius, of course, you're just going to find math. Okay, so I can close that, and then I open this one for study materials. So when I click on study materials there, it's going to take me to this page where we have different study materials based on your university. So if you're from Apex, you open the Apex folder. If you're from Unilas, you open the Unilas folder. Then you open that just like that. If you're from UNZA, you open the one for what? For UNZA. Right, so let's go back there and then check what we have inside the courses there. So we have talked about all these here, okay, on the menu. So if, for example, you want to learn something, okay, you just open, okay, this course, and then you're going to, if you open math, you're going to find general mathematics and probability and statistics for second semester Apex. So this one here is specifically for those who are doing second semester Apex. Okay, for the rest of you, you just go in the general mathematics. Okay, so you're going to find 4 folders there. One will be for the lessons and tutorials. The other one will be for the handwritten notes. The other one will be for the tutorial sheet and assignments. The other one will be for what? Past quiz, tests, and exam papers. Okay, so the setup is the same. Even if you go in the chemistry folder, the biology folder, the physics folder, any folder that you go into, you're going to find the same. So if you go in lessons and tutorials here, okay, you're going to find all the topics that you can have in math. So you can see there are a lot of topics, right? So let's say, for example, I want to learn maybe SADs and rationalization. So I'll click SADs and rationalization there, and then I'm going to find 3 folders. Okay, so the first one is for the notes. The second one is for the recorded tutorials that we record for ourselves. And then here where I put supplementary tutorials, okay, there are other videos that you can use to learn. So if I click on slides and notes here, you see you are going to find the notes here. So you can click any to study them. Okay, let's click this one here. All right, so the notes are going to open like that. Okay, so they have opened there, so you can go there and you can study them. Okay, so these are your notes to study, so make sure you study them. They are very simple and simplified. Okay, so what if I leave these notes? Okay, I also have these notes here that I wrote by myself. So we can go through these notes to learn. Okay, so if you don't want to read the notes, you want the videos, you go in the recorded tutorials. Okay, so you click there, you're going to find the videos here. So there's intro to SADs, whatever I can see there. Okay, so let's play the introduction to SADs. So you click on it, it's going to open like that if you're using a PC, so you can move a bit up like that, and then you play it. Okay, so you can start learning here. Okay, you can start learning. You can see the video is playing. If you want to fast forward, you just click on these two things here that are on the screen. So you can double click on them. You'll be fast forwarding your video. And then at the end here, okay, at the end here, I have these two icons here. Okay, so the last one there puts you in full screen mode. So if I click it like that, my video is going to appear in full screen mode like that. Okay, so you can watch your video in full screen mode like that. Okay, if you don't want the screen mode, the full screen mode, you can still watch. That's the way it is there. Okay, so we also have this icon here. So this icon is for picture play. Okay, so you can play your video while doing something else on your PC. So if you click on it, you see I'm going to have this a small thing popping up there. So even this is on your phone. So you can be playing your video there, and then you can even leave this browser. Okay, so you can even go somewhere else. Okay, like this. So you see it's still there. Okay, so you can play it, and then to return to full screen mode, you just click on it, and then you'll be able to return to the full screen mode here. All right, so that's it on the lessons and tutorials. The setup is the same in all these topics that you can see. So you just pick the topic that you want to learn, and then you'll be able to learn. All right, so after that, you can check out the handwritten notes. Okay, so these handwritten notes, most of them have a password. Okay, so the password is PB4511. Okay, so you can open the ones for set, you find them, okay, you study them just like that. So these are very good notes. They are very simplified. So make sure you use them. All right, so those are the handwritten notes. And then when I go to the tutorial sheet and assignments here, I'm going to find different universities. Okay, so if you're from Apex, you go in the Apex, you open, you're going to find video and written solutions. So the video solutions, you open there, you're going to find, depending on your intake. So this was for the January 2024 intake. This was for the 2024 July. And then for your intake, which is 25 this year, you place there. Okay, so you see the videos that we've solved so far there. Okay, so you can open them if you want to learn. So it will come, you can play it, and you'll be able to learn there. Okay, and then what else? Okay, you can also check out the written solutions here. You're going to find some of the written solutions that we upload there. All right, so if you do not see your university here, you can go in this folder where we wrote our tutorial sheet and explained solutions. Okay, so you open this folder, you're going to find a lot of tutorial sheet based on all the math topics, okay, that you can have. So this tutorial sheet here have solutions. So for example, if you want to learn functions, okay, if you want to learn functions, you just have to open this folder here. Okay, just have to open this folder. Okay, let me say I want to open the one for the logs and the exponentials. So you click on it. So it's going to open here. Okay, so you have the questions here. Okay, so you can take note of the questions that you have and then try to solve them. And then once you are done, go below the questions there. You're going to find the solutions. So these are the solutions there. Okay, these are the solutions there. So you can learn using them. Okay, so you can go back there. And then if you are taking a stats and probability, we have some tutorial sheet here. So you can open and then you can check them out. Okay, we also have more worksheets on the probability and statistics. You can check them out there. All right, so we are done with the tutorial sheet folder. Okay, so you just go to your university there. And then when you go to the past quiz, test, and exam papers, you're going to find a similar setup, okay, to the tutorial sheet folder. So if you're from Apex, you go to Apex. If you're from Unilas, you go to Unilas. If you're from Mukuba, you go to Mukuba. So for example, if I go to Mukuba here, I'm going to find video solutions, okay? You can see the video solutions for some revision of their test papers. And then Even you can even go in the written solutions there. You're also going to find the written solutions. Okay, and then here we have some past papers on probability and statistics. All right, so that's how you can use this drive. Okay, so feel free to try out whatever you want. Okay, so search for whatever you want on this drive. You're going to find them. Okay, even in the chemistry there, if you open, it will be a similar setup, general chemistry for the rest of you. Okay, and then if you're doing second semester Apex, you go in this folder here. Okay, so let's try to go in the general chemistry there. You're going to see the setup is the same. Okay, so if I go tutorial sheet maybe, and then I open the folder for UNZA. Okay, you're going to see video and written. Let's try to open the written ones. You're going to see the tutorial sheet for the chemistry that they take at UNZA. So you can open any. Okay, you can open that. You find all these tutorial sheets that are solved. Okay, you can open this folder. You find all these tutorial sheets that are solved. So make sure you use what is on the drive. Okay, so our Learning Institute, okay, is the best because you can learn at any time, anywhere, okay? You don't wait for us to teach you. You can actually teach yourself, okay? But we also have live classes. So when you register, you have two types of classes that you're going to be attending, okay? One is the live classes where we interact and you can ask questions. And then the other one are the recorded classes that you find on this website. All right, so that's all about this website. Feel free to register yourself and then start learning, okay? Thank you so much.